What's up, family? This is Monte B back here again. If you can see, I got my Walmart hat. Look, just so you can know, I get one every year. Got that one. I got that one. But this is this year's hat. And so, I have to rock my... It goes on here some type of way. We'll fix it some type of way. So, good morning to you from me, Monte B. And just want to get on live again just to chat with you a little bit. I think the last time I did a video, got a lot of people to make some comments. And so I thought I heard someone at my door. I thought about this morning when I was, when I was traveling down the road. Thought about this thing that I talk about a lot, which is manifest destiny. As a matter of fact, the kid saw me yesterday and was like, Dr. Abner, you got a YouTube channel. You got a YouTube channel. I don't know if they were trying to make fun of me or be funny. Hey, Miss Alverson, I miss y'all so much. Where's my Bentley? Look, bring Bentley on right quick. Let me see, can I add him? I don't know how to do this. Let me see. Can I add Bentley right quick? Is he around to add him? Tell Bentley I miss him so much and I love him. So I was talking to the kids and they were like, yo, Dr. Abner, you got a YouTube channel. I'm like, yeah, I got a YouTube channel. They say, you do things called Manifest Destiny. I'm like, yes, I do something called Manifest Destiny. And so when I thought about that, what does it mean to make manifest? I wanted to elaborate on this a little bit. Like, what does it mean to make manifest? I remember back in early 2000, maybe like 2004 or 5, I was teaching a class at Talladega High School, and the young men were getting in trouble so much. I never forget, they were getting into trouble in their local community, getting involved with gun violence or stealing and things of that nature. And I'll never forget, I walked into the classroom and I said to them, listen, boys and girls, I can no longer address you the way you are. I need to address you the way you should be or the way you want to be or the way I see you. And I said to them, who you are now must have an encounter with who you are destined to become. And they looked at me and they said, hey, Dr. A, or Mr. A, what does that mean? And I said to them, I believe that if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a chiropractor, if you want to be an NBA athlete, if you want to be a football player, whatever you want to be, you have to start becoming that now. You don't wait until tomorrow to become a doctor. You don't wait until tomorrow to become a lawyer. And you don't wait until tomorrow to become an NBA star. Everything you want to become, you must become right now. And your attitude, your mindset, your beliefs, your behaviors have to change. It has to model what you want to become. And so when I talk about manifest destiny to people, when I talk to people about living out your dream and living life on purpose, I'm saying to them that you have to start doing that right now. You can't wait until later to begin to make your dreams a reality. I knew in 7th grade, I think I said this on the last post, that I wanted to be a teacher. I knew that, and I felt like that was my calling and my purpose in life, is to teach and educate people. I felt that so strongly. And so I knew that I needed to start setting myself up to have those opportunities. I hope I'm making sense. So I began tutoring. I began being a part of the peer helping program. I began working in the local communities at church and in Snow Hill, Alabama, because I knew that was my calling or my purpose in life. And I say this to everybody out there, whatever it is that you want to do, a part of that manifestation means you start doing it. I mean, there's no magic that's going to fall from the sky that's going to say, poof, now you're a doctor, or poof, now you're a lawyer, or poof, now you're that business person. No, you have to start doing things right now to set yourself up to begin to walk into those things. I hope I'm making sense here. And I believe that strongly. I think sometimes, God bless you, as well as your students in current school year. Dennis, I love you, man. I miss you. Man, I hope all is well with you. Such a blessing to see things going well in your life. So I think that when we talk about manifestation is bringing it into reality, it's bringing it into existence. And we can't wait on some magical moment for that to happen. Manifestation requires work on our part. And I think for most of us, we don't want to work. We think that God is going to magically do something for us that requires us to do nothing. I'm a believer that the scripture that faith without works is dead. Paul says, show me your faith without your works, and I'll show you my faith by my works. And I think the thing is that for most of us, we want things to happen. We want things to exist or to manifest in our lives, but we don't want to do anything to get it. We don't want to put the work in. We don't want to put the time in or make the investment necessary to become better in our craft. So for me to become a better administrator, become a better teacher, become a better person, I read books. I read books about John Maxwell. I read books about education. I read books about educational law. I read articles. I read what other folks are saying. The most other thing you could do, you could read people by observation, through modeling, spending time with people, having a mentor. So to manifest your purpose or to manifest your dreams means that you got to work. You got to put some time in, some effort in to make things happen. And things don't happen overnight. I told people when I first started doing Manifest Mondays with Monte, the very first one I did, I never forget, I was at Weaver High School, and the one I did, and that was exactly why we love you, and we're blessed to have you, a man like you leading our children. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. You got to hug my boy for me. I miss him terribly. I wish I could see him. Maybe I'll get on live soon and talk to him. But when I first started working at Weaver, I talked about how my dad would have us do certain things, and we'd keep doing it until it worked. Sometimes it didn't work that way, and he'd like, try this way or try that way. My dad was setting us up for some things. Now, mind you, I knew I was going to college because I wasn't finna weld. Praise the Lord. I wasn't finna be outside in the sun all day. So I appreciate my dad, because what he did was he made me want to go to college to get a degree. He made me want to do those things. And so what he was instilling in me is this desire, not this desire, but this responsibility I have to make things happen. Please understand, we have to make things happen. Nobody's going to give you anything. Nobody's going to just say, hey, I think you're so smart, you should be a doctor. Or I think you're so smart, you should be a lawyer. Or I think you're so smart, or you're so athletic, you should make it to the NBA. No, you got to put work in. You got to put some grind in it. You got to hustle. You got to study. You got to study what other people are doing. You have to be able to outperform everybody else so that you can prove to people why you belong where you are. Sometimes we don't prove to people. We think we just deserve things because of time. Or I've been here the longest, or I'm the oldest, or I have the most degrees. That does not mean that you're the most qualified or you're the most skilled. What does your resume say? When I say resume, I'm not talking about what you put on a piece of paper, but what does your past history say about your work ethic, your ability to make things happen? Do you have a proven track record? Do you have a success record that says, look, I'm proving that I can do this job, and not only can I do it, I could do it better than the other people around me. And not only that, not only can you do the job, but can you inspire others around you to do the job? Can you instill in others the same work ethic, the skills? Can you develop people around you to be better at what they do? That's a part of manifesting your destiny, to impart in others the skills, abilities, talents, not necessarily talents, but the abilities, skills that you have to be successful in your craft. Can you identify other people and impart in them the wisdom that you have? Can you teach others? One thing that a friend of mine, Pastor Tim, always says is that who are you training to take your place? Who are you training who can do your job when you don't exist? And sometimes we do things hoping that we are irreplaceable. You're not irreplaceable. It may take others a little longer to learn the craft, but you're not irreplaceable. So I got off track, right? So to manifest destiny, I believe, means that you have to start working toward putting into action everything that you believe that you are called to do. You have to put it in action. I don't know if I told you this story, and I'm gonna share with you. I never forget that this head is hot. I'll never forget that I had this desire of getting my master's degree. I was back in maybe 2007, 6, 7, 8, something along that. And I wasn't going to do it. I wanted to do it, but I wasn't going to do it. I had these desires in my head. I knew what I wanted to do with my life. I knew I wanted to be an administrator, perhaps a superintendent one day. And so I had these desires, but there was something in me that was like, man, you can't do it. Mind you, I graduated from high school with a 3.78 GPA, top 5 in my class. I graduated from college with Talladega College with a 3.8, 3.9 GPA. So mind you, I had the track record, or not, but the resume that said that I can do it. But in my mind, I couldn't. I felt so incompetent. I felt like I didn't compete well with the people who went to other colleges because I was from Wilcox County, or I went to Talladega College, which is HBCU. I thought that I couldn't do it. I thought that I couldn't match up with people from UA or people who went to PWIs. I thought that in my mind. There's no dish on HBCUs, but that's how I felt, because what people thought about, people went to HBCUs compared to PWIs. I thought that I had to get over that struggle. And there was a friend of mine And maybe she's watching, but she got up one day and she said, Monte, you're going to apply for college, and tomorrow you're going to put your application in. You're going to take the GRE. I'm like, man, I'm not a good test taker. I'm not going to do this. Now, I had nothing to say that I couldn't do well on tests because I've done well on all my tests. And so she got up and she started stapling things to my ceiling. Had apply for college. You can do this. God called you for a purpose. You are made in His image. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. She started posting affirmations above my. So when I wake up in the morning and I open my eyes, the first thing I would see is those affirmations. And I still didn't believe it. I still didn't believe it. And she said to me, she said, you have to make purpose your priority. I hope that makes sense. She said, you have to make purpose your priority. And I was still struggling with it. And then I decided to go ahead and apply. And I didn't apply to JSU. I applied to University of Alabama. I had to take the MAT, Miller's Analogous Test, and I passed it, and I got accepted, and I was still battling in my mind, like how I'm going to do, what I'm going to do. And I got there, I started taking classes, and I'm taking classes with folks who went to PWIs, people with HBCUs, and I'm like, I'm making 4.0s, getting LAs on my papers. I'm teaching children all these things that I was lacking with confidence, but I had to make that first step. I had to make the move. I had to start getting the ball rolling, and nothing was just going to happen because I thought I deserved it. I had to work for it. I had to put the time in, and I started doing that, and I got my master's degree. And I never forget, I was sitting at Talladega High School looking for an opportunity to become an administrator, but I didn't even want to leave Talladega. I was going to stay right where I was. Wasn't planning on moving, was going to just teach at Talladega and die at Talladega High School. And my best friend, Alicia Williams, and my cousin, Cherie, was like, hey, you need to go ahead and apply for this job. I'm like, well, I'm just going to apply to get some practice. And I applied for a job at Sachs High School under Jody Whalen. And I never forget, I walked into the meeting to get ready. I walked into his building. Mind you, I was just going just to apply, just to practice. And I walked in the building, and I literally heard the voice of God say to me, I'm about to plant you here. And I never forget, I walked into that interview. He asked me two questions. Two questions he asked me. One question, a good friend of mine said, don't answer that question if they ask you this question. You don't say because you love teaching, because they're not going to hire you. But the question that Mr. Whaler asked me, he said, why do you want to be an administrator? And I looked at him and I said, I want to be an administrator because, first of all and foremost, I'm a teacher. And I believe that's my passion. I'm called to teach people how to better do their craft, how to better work at what they do. I'm called to educate young folks and to help teachers better educate young people. And that's the only answer I knew. That's all I can say. I knew that teaching is what I've been called to do from birth. I know that. And then the next question he asked me, I can't remember, but he took me, he said, let's go for a ride. He took me for a ride around the area. Then he took me to the gym where he had a volleyball game. And then he said to me at the very end, he said, listen, Mr. Abner, you did a good job on your interview. There are other people who apply that are more qualified than you, that are more skilled than you, that have done it longer than you. I'm not saying I'm going to offer. I'm not saying I'm not going to offer, but I just want you to know that. It didn't matter what he said to me. I went back to my classroom. I took everything off the wall. I boxed up everything because I know what I felt in my heart and in my spirit. I knew what I felt. And I told my children, they said, hey, Mr. A, you about to leave? You got the job? I said, well, he didn't offer it yet, but I got the job. He said, and so I boxed up everything and I put it together. And I sat there. The next few days he called and he offered the job. It's a part of that manifestation. It doesn't happen if you don't work. You have to work. And so I challenge you, as you begin to go into your daily routines, as you begin to live out your dreams and begin to make your vision boards for the upcoming year, think about what it is that you're called to do. Think about what your purpose, your assignment in life is. I know you all probably get tired of me talking about this purpose thing, but I believe that's my purpose. My purpose is to push you to live out your purpose, to push you to be a better version of yourself. I believe that's my calling. And so as you begin to make your plans for the upcoming year, stop making these off-the-wall goals about, I'm going to lose weight. Weight fluctuates, and that's totally a mind shift, a mindset. Or stop making these lofty goals about getting rich and all those things. I believe money comes or wealth comes when we do what we're supposed to do with excellence. If you chase money, then money will come and you still won't be happy. If you chase wealth, then it'll come and you'll never be happy. Chase your purpose. Chase purpose. Knock it down. Rent it down. Manifest your destiny. And whatever comes with you manifesting your destiny or living out your purpose, it comes. If wealth comes, by all means, be wealthy. But don't forget that you're wealthy, or you're blessed to be a blessing. You're not blessed to hoard things, or to hoard money, or to hoard items, or things of that nature. You're blessed to be a blessing. So when you get, you have to give. That's a principle. You get, you give. You give, you get. So you can't just get it and then think, oh, I'm satisfied. I'm this person. I'm the boss. I'm a baller. I'm this rich, whatever you want to call it. But you have to understand that when you get things, or you're blessed to be when you're blessed and you have a platform like that, you're blessed to be a blessing to others. And so my gift may not come in the form of money. My gift may come in the form of encouragement or encouraging words. My gift may come into building people. We have to be, what TD Jakes said, master builders. How do you build others? But we're so bent on trying to get rich and get wealthy, we lose sight of what our purpose is. We lose sight of what our destiny is, and we get caught up on trying to be this ideal image for everybody else. Why do folks want to be wealthy? Why do folks want to be rich? So they can get more stuff. Getting more stuff doesn't make you more successful. Getting more stuff makes you more clouded, more cluttered. I like stuff. I'm not gonna lie, I like stuff. I like getting nice things. But that's not why we get the opportunity to live life with the finest of things. We have things so that we can bless those who don't. We can support those who don't. What is your purpose? What is your assignment? How do you make it? How do you manifest it in your daily activities, your daily routines? How do you live out purpose? Remember, who you are now, who you are this very moment, must have an encounter with who you are destined to become. In other words, your destiny and your presence must clash. They must run into each other. They shouldn't be different. My cousin Christopher Howard says, who you are to become, you are becoming. Hope that you are becoming who you are to become. Every decision, every choice, every mistake shapes who we're becoming. Does that mean we can't change and take some things off? No, but we're becoming who we are to become. So I challenge you today to live out life on purpose, live it out loud, to do what you're called to do. Hey, I think that's my time for today. Look, I love you. God bless you. And as always, manifest destiny.